All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do the Defenders, issue number 2, volume 2, I believe, by Larsen, Busiek, and Janson. Yeah, minimalistic cover, but it tells the story what it needs to tell, fighting, well, against each other, heroes. We start in Atlantis, where Namor is, as always, being a very angry person, and he's shouting at, I don't know, underwater conqueror Atuma. I don't know, they're having a beef with each other. We see Namorita and something I know her, but I forgot. Concubine, maybe? Not sure. All right. So there I want to square it off, right? But then he's being teleported away and leaving these two behind. And Atuma says, "No, where were we?" We don't know because we are going somewhere else. And we see Doc Samson is approaching the Hulk, who is now, I don't know, undergo some weird changes, going from dumb Hulk to smart Hulk to gray Hulk to, I don't know, Joe Fixit in this case. So Samson comes here and says, "Hey, we are worried about you, and hey, why don't you come up to the lab, and then we're going to figure out what's wrong, and we're going to fix you." But Joe says, "Nope, listen," he says, "I don't care about your test. I'm not sick, but I don't get out much, and being a lab rat isn't my idea of a good time. This, on the other hand, is," but then, well, he's also being teleported away, right? Meanwhile, at the Sanctum Sanctorium in New York, Patsy here is feeling guilty that she was responsible for the curse because the defenders are cursed by a dead magician, sorcerer called Yandroth, and yeah, well, basically, Doctor Strange wants to find a solution or something, and it's also being linked to Gaia, Mother Earth, and yeah. So, but then he's also being teleported away. Well, she's just standing here doing nothing. Meanwhile, we have some ads, and then they are materializing, including the Silver Surfer, in the Arctic or somewhere in not the Arctic, it's in Canada. Namor, pissed off still. He says, "I don't have time for your chatter. My people face Atuma's savage hordes and cannot hold them back without my unequaled might." So he flies away. And so Surfer says, "Hey, what's going on? I was in the Himalayas, and now I'm here. What brings us here?" And Strange says, "Jandrod's curse." But then he's getting teleported back, and he's pretty angry, and he says, "This cannot be. My people are in terrible danger. I must return to the site at once. Blast you, Strange. Do something about it." And Strange, "I cannot help you, Atlantean," which was an interesting thing to say, because normally you say, "I cannot help you, my friend," or Namor, stuff like that. But there is something wrong with Strange too. Come back to that a little bit later. So Hulk, basically, we see a different side of him. He says, "Hey, I don't like being here," in his own language. "Let's smash this problem, and then I go with you to to Atlantis and help smash Atuma." But Namor, pissed off still, he says, "Oafish creature, I'm a prince born. Touch me not." So yeah, a fight breaks out. Which makes me chuckle a little bit. I mean, when it comes to art, I was a fan of Larsen's earlier work with the Savage Dragon that I like. I don't like the direction that he's going now, but his art is always more like fantastic, looks cool, big, bold, etc. Has a very recognizable style. Love the colors too, by the way. Not everything is a hit. And I don't know if this book is a hit, but we gotta take a look at it. Meanwhile, somewhere else in a penthouse, we see Cal Richmond. That his powers is being strong at night, but basically he's pretty useless except for the fact that he's rich and he has some kind of a jetpack. Hellcat Patsy comes here, and so they're having some kind of a chit chat, talking about each other's costumes, and he say, "Hey, it's good that you see in your original costume back," but he says, "Well, it's not really my original costume." No, because the original costume was a black and blue costume, but this was his favorite. And then, so she explains that the doctor has vanished, And Kyle says, go get Papa Haag, Val, and hurry, it's urgent. Patsy says, Val, as in Valkyrie? I thought that was Val. But why doesn't she recognize me? Why doesn't she talk? And what's this all with this mystic stuff? Who is this Papa Haag person? So Kyle says, slow down, I tried to explain. It seems, I don't know, but he has some demonic powers. And he thought that he could use that demonic powers for his advantage. It didn't work out, so he needs to get rid of that. Went to lots of quacks and frauds, found Papa Haag, lifted the spell, and now he's just playing Cal Richmond again. Patsy says, why didn't you go just to Dog? I couldn't. I guess I was embarrassed having being so dumb. I don't know the history of that particular part. I mean, why would you go to Doc? Because he mentions that basically that the Defenders is very important to him, but then decided to go hire an unusual, unknown magician to lift the curse instead of going to your friends, which you're saying here. Anyway, so he says that he found Val on the street, apparently amnesiac, not speaking, and so he says, Papa Haag says there's some Asgardian magic around here, her major stuff. So she's got to be Val, right? I mean, who else could she be? Meanwhile, more beating up between the Hulk and Namor, the avenging son. So Silver Surfer, voice of reason, he says, hey, why don't you do something? So Strange says, let them fight. If they choose to act like children, they choose to act like children. I am not their keeper. We would be better served discovering why Yandrod's curse has brought us here. So Silver says, they are your fellow human beings, Stephen Strange. How can you sit idle while they cause bodily harm to each other and lay waste to this very forest? Have you no heart, no conscience? So Strange, all acting very strange, no pun intended, says, I have crucial important duties, do things on which the fate of this reality rests. I don't have time to be cursed by a 2-bit techno mystic. I don't have time to babysit. But then this is happening, and everybody's halting. So this poor old guy says, get off my lawn. But then, I don't know, something from beneath the surface of the snow, demons erupt, and they think this is all part of the curse, right? And but then it's not, well, it's not part of the curse. It's, demons from the Underworld, and this is their master, Pluto, Lord of the Underworld. Why is he here? I don't know, but we're gonna find out probably. Anyway, we go back to Richmond Enterprises, where Papa Haag has located the Defenders, and they see what's going on, right? He says, we did not discover you, Death Lord. You attacked us. So probably some kind of a misunderstanding or not. But Patsy thinks that she knows something about this because she says, if that means what I think it does, I have no clue what that means. Anyway, so this poor guy is getting wrecked here. Silver Surfer comes in, wants to protect this old man with this power cosmic. There's some demon sorcerers absorbing the power cosmic. And guess what? Redirecting it back to the Silver Surfer. And we have ads that we don't want. So Strange, finally realizes that Yandrod's curse was to curse them because they do not like each other and they hate being in each other's vicinity, which was not always the case because once upon a time, the Defenders was actually a friendly group. Yeah, there is some how do you say, animosity between them, but still they are teammates and helping each other. That's not the case here, but he's bringing that together and he says, Defenders, defend yourself, and they are at one page at some point. Here it is. So more beating up, and we see this. He is getting a receding hairline. But it seems that they are pretty overwhelming. The demons come in, and Namor has an idea, and he's insulting at the same time. The Hulk wants to clobber his face, but does what he asked him to do, is bringing the mountain down and all these demons, and they are now gone, except for Pluto, right? And he says, I give you one last chance, mortals, depart and annoy me no more. And so Silver says, surely he jest. Your minions are buried, Pluto, and you're facing the most powerful quartet of mortals ever assembled. We do not seek this battle, but we will not shun it. So they are ready to fight, but then they are getting hit by someone behind them. And he says, no, it cannot be. But who is it? Well, it's none other than the Valkyrie? What? I mean, isn't she the Valkyrie? Then who is this? If this is the real one, or is this a fake one? I don't know, but we're gonna find out in the next issue. Yeah, that was fun. It's not the best writing. I mean, like I said in the first issue that I reviewed a month ago, or probably 4 weeks ago. Check that out, by the way, and subscribe to my channel. I'm not sure if this nostalgia bait of actually a fun, but we're going through all of them, and we're going to find out in the end if it's actually worth picking this up in a trade, because you can get this in floppy and in trade. So guys, let me know in the comments if you like this comic or not. We're going to find out. See you guys. Till next one. Bye-bye.